The Nissan 300ZX is done. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in again to this week's video. As you guys seen in the last video, we got the exterior of the Z completely painted. I want to show y'all it because it's been about 2 days since I've painted it. So here is a new view of what it looks like now that it's dried and cured and all the clear's done. I think it turned out great. I didn't use a filler primer, which didn't fill out some of the scratches like I would have hoped, but it still came out good. The car matches completely all around. It looks really good. Again, just needs a buff. In this video, we are going to be putting the Z back together. Hopefully by the end of today, it will be driving again. So I don't know if you remember seeing, but we actually had to snip the wires that went to the third brake light. Now we have to splice those wires that we cut back together. So how I plan on doing this is I flipped the hatch over, and I'm actually going to take out all of the wires that connect to here, because it's going to be a lot easier just rewiring it with just the harness on the car rather than trying to rewire it with the entire hatch on the car. The third brake light is going to go on very last because I don't know if you guys know this, but those things are very, very fragile. I am going to take off 2 of those clips where they're prone to breaking in those spots because you can't access them from the inside. I will tape up the holes, that way no rainwater gets in and nothing leaks. I do plan on getting a new third brake light in the future, probably just like an aftermarket one that looks OEM. I want to find one that looks very nice, almost completely black, and I understand to find one in that good of a condition, you are more than likely going to have to order one that is not stock, which I'm completely fine with. I'm not really too worried about keeping this car stock. I do want to go with like an OEM exotic plus. In the future, the vision that I have for this car, it's out of this world. Like, I want it to be like an exotic 300ZX, like have an interior that you couldn't even imagine, and it's already getting there. But now we're working on the exterior. Mikey said it best in his last video. I think working from the interior out is probably the best move. I don't know, in my opinion. I'd rather work on the things that I'm interacting with on the car than fix what other people see on the car. So on the passenger side, the wire is actually only 1 wire. So we're just gonna keep that connected. It won't be too hard to splice that on the car. But let's go ahead and get the 6-piece wire mess all ran through. Lord knows this is about to be fun. What you smelling there, boy? Apollo's digging the fan. What's the matter, baby? You like the fan or no? Alrighty, we've got all of these ends spliced off. We're gonna go ahead, whoops, do these, and then we will get to butt connecting. Also, this looks like it says dog. I'm Mad Dog. That's funny. Y'all wouldn't understand. So we've got the blue and green wire twisted together. We're throwing the heat shrink over, and then we're going to take a lighter and shrink that up. I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones off camera because my phone keeps overheating because it's so hot outside. The temperature just keeps rising. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this out, and we'll be right back. So before we can get started on doing the hatch, I have the hinges here, and as you can see, they're still red, and the car is no longer red, so we're going to have to fix this. What we're going to do is clean these up with soapy water. I have both of them, and I don't really feel like buying any more spray paint, and I'm all out. I don't have any black, and I want these hinges to be black because I want them to match the under part of the hatch. But I do have black Flex Seal. It's a liquid rubber. So I'm just going to use that. So we've got these all cleaned up now. They're looking good. I'm just going to get off all the excess dirt that didn't come off in the little bubble bath. Then I'm going to let these sit out in the sun, dry off for a little bit. Then I'm going to spray them down with some Flex Seal. And then we're going to put back on the car. I'm really excited to get this done. Finally have the back end of the car pretty much complete. Has been a dream of mine since I picked up the car. And to think that the car is almost done, honestly, is mind-blowing, which it's not even close to being done. I still want to do a bunch of stuff to it, but I wanted to get it back to base, which is now where it's at. So now I can think about body kits, lowering it, all that stuff. I didn't want to do any modifications to it because I knew there was a lot more work at hand than just making the car look cool. But I did think hard about it, and I didn't want to go ahead and put mods on a car that had a lot more work that needed to be done to it. So I went ahead and just got that tackled. Figured springtime, it's cool enough. We got 4 days off of work, so let's go ahead and knock it out. And that's exactly what we did. Alrighty, back in the garage. We got them all laid out, ready to go. I am gonna have to paint these to the side. I'm gonna have to put these in something so I don't get paint on the threads. But these I'm not really too worried about. So let's go ahead and just alrighty, so you can't even see them. It is super, super black. Alrighty, so while those are drying, we are going to take a cardboard box. The reason for this is so we can just push the screws through here and we don't get the threads painted all over. I had to do this whenever I was repainting the hardware that goes on the seats. Hit them with that rubberized spray. There we go. Got all of it painted up, got the hardware, got the hinges. Now I'm gonna let those sit for about 20-30 minutes because it is rubber, so it's gonna take a lot longer. I'm gonna go inside, edit a video, and leave that to rest. So the bolts turned out really freaking good. I'm really excited with the way these turned out. Those are gonna look really good under the hatch. Something I also need to note about these bolts is that whenever we go to put everything together, it's gonna be a very loose fit. That way we can get the alignment on the hatch proper, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but it was not properly aligned last time, and there was a big gap in between it. So we definitely wanna get that figured out so it doesn't look too bad. Especially if we're putting all of this work into making it look really nice. I want that gap to be fixed because it was my least favorite thing about the car so far. Apollo, you want help? You want to help me? You want to help? He was just all in my face trying to help. Oh, see? Good boy. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. You want to help? You want to help? I'm biting my ear off. You know. Just big chillaxing. You're so handsome, boy. You know that. I think you know that. Ooh, hot ass breath. I don't know if I've told you guys or not, but on this driver's side where the side marker goes, it got pushed out a little bit too much, and actually the side marker makes contact with the metal right here. You can kind of see a little witness mark. We're gonna go ahead and hammer that in, and that way we can put on our new side markers because those have to be ran for Tuner Fest. So let's go ahead and get some wax on this. That should be hammered in just enough so the side marker doesn't touch it. The British are coming. Alrighty, we found all of the hardware, so now we are going to get the hinges mounted up on the hatch, and then hopefully whenever Dana gets here, she will help me put the hatch back on my car, and then I can hopefully do the rest of it by myself. But tonight I am going to the drive-in again because Inside Out 2 is playing, and I really want to watch that. But I might not be able to get the car done all the way. So if I can't tomorrow, I'm sorry. I know I want to have the car entirely back together today, but that takes a lot of time, and it's 90 degrees outside. I'm working a little bit slower. But hopefully, if not today, tomorrow, it will be back together, and we will do a nice cruise. I will hit up Austin again, who did the awesome video and photos from the last episode, and we can get some proper after photos. I'm so excited for you guys to see. Alright, I kept these a little bit loose. That way we have some wiggle room whenever it comes to putting it on the car. Let's go ahead and do this one. Alright, all of the hardware is off of that side. Let's go ahead and put this on. Oh, it's just sticking. That rubber is a little tacky still. Alrighty, got it loose on that side as well. So now both of these are loose, ready to go back in the car. Not really sure when Dana's going to be home, but I'm not going to try and do this myself because I don't want to hurt myself. And now that we have some time to kill, let's go ahead and get these taillights put on the car. Got one of them put in. Let's go ahead and get the other one. This one should go in a lot better than that one. The other one needed a little bit of convincing because that is the messed up side. Alrighty, and now that one is in there pretty good. Let's go ahead and put this one in. These are not seated in there all the way. This is kind of just like a rough mock-up. But guys, I think those look sick. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely gorgeous. We have some heartbreaking news. I was out here trying to get the Z ready and a little tuned up all on the back so I can surprise you guys with it. And Apollo came outside and he stepped on my third brake light. and he broke it. But the car is coming along great. So it is the next day. I know we broke the third brake light last night, but it's not gonna hold us back because the Nissan 300ZX is done. It doesn't look perfect, and I know she has some little things about her that need adjusting, like the fact that I don't have the side markers on yet. I messed up the paint a little bit. The fitment on the trunk needs adjusted still. This bumper is actually the bumper that was on the car whenever it got wrecked, and I didn't have enough paint to finish it completely. So I went ahead and just left it like that. I think I'm about to get in trouble. And another thing is the bumper on the car is actually the one that was in the car during the wreck. I just also realized my license plate is falling off. I wonder if it fell off at the house. So we just left the BMV. I came here for two reasons. For one, my license and my wallet is missing. I'm pretty sure I left it in the rental car last week. And then also I had to get a new plate because mine is missing off my car and I just don't want to chance it. So went ahead and just ordered a new one. So now I have a temporary tag on my window. Now we can go back to work and chill for the rest of the day. So we've made it back home. I got new plates for the Z, and I got a new copy of my driver's license because my wallet went missing a couple of days ago and my plates disappeared off my car as I was leaving the driveway this morning for work. So we went and got those today. I want to give you guys a little 360 of everything, kind of talk about it a little bit, because if you've seen in that little montage I made earlier, there are a little bit of things that are still wrong with the car. But hopefully here within the next couple weeks, we will get that all straightened out. And I really like the way it came out. I love those taillights with the blue. I'm not a big fan of the third brake light, but it is broken now, so I guess that's an excuse to get another one. But also, side markers are not in. I could probably put it in on this side. That way I have a nice side profile of what it looks like. But I cannot put it on this side yet because, as you can tell, this is all smashed in. There's not enough room back here. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to hammer that in a lot more. But besides the bumper, the fitment of the hatch also needs to be adjusted. So it was sitting fine earlier, but I do have to tweak with these bolts up here because it doesn't sit properly all flush. I still have to take off the third brake light again so I can put this trim under here so it kind of closes this gap. And then also on this side, it's sitting up too high. The gap over here is a lot bigger, so I'm thinking to loosen up all the bolts on the hinge, have somebody push this forward, and then I'll tighten everything down where it stays. And that should be good for the hatch. I think that's where we are going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Z's progress. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Comment down below what you'd like to see in the future, and please hit that subscribe button to see more Z content in the future. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. Peace.